Hello everybody, thank you so much for clicking on this video, which is episode number 15 in my series about the wonderful world of unpopular philodendrons. Now you might know that there are actually hundreds of species of philodendron and new ones are still being discovered as we speak. So if you want to see more future episodes in this series, please consider liking and subscribing so you won't miss out on any of my new episodes. This being said, today's episode is about this philodendron that you can see here, which is the philodendron ernestii. In my opinion, this is definitely an unpopular philodendron. Since nobody seems to talk about it, there is little information to be found about it, and if you want to buy it, I think the only option is international shipping, since they are not readily available in your regular or average plant shop. Now, let me start by showing you a picture of this plant on the day it arrived at my place, which is exactly 1 year ago today. I ordered it online and I paid, I think, $30 for it, which I think is a reasonable price. It shipped great and it came with 4 leaves. It then did lose its smallest leaf, but since it's under my care, it also produced 2 new leaves. Now, I have to add that after it arrived at my place, this plant kind of fell asleep and went dormant for like 10 months, and only a couple of months ago it decided suddenly to wake up and start producing new leaves. And talking about the leaves on this philodendron, let's have a closer look now at these beautiful elongated heart-shaped leaves. They are nicely veined, as you can see, and the mature leaves on top have a cool dark green color on them. But then when you look at the newest leaf that the plant is producing and that you can see here on the right, you'll notice that at the moment it's bright green, and I guess it will turn darker once it matures. And you can also see the new small growing point that will produce a new leaf pretty soon, I hope. By the way, here you can also see the petioles, and the cool thing is that they are nicely ruffled, which is a cool bonus feature, I think, on this plant. This philodendron originally grows in the western part of South America, and it's definitely a climber. But before getting into that, you might notice some small companion plants that I put in the same pot. And on the bottom left, you can see a small cutting of a Monstera spruceana. And on the right, I put a cutting of a philodendron silver sword. And if you have seen my other series about growing epiphytes on epiphytes, you know that the idea is that hopefully the cuttings will climb up the bigger philodendron plant. Now, as for light requirements for this plant, as most other philodendrons, bright indirect light is the best. So as you can see here, I keep this philodendron under a grow light and it's perfectly happy with that so far. Now, as I said before, this is a climbing philodendron. So when I repotted this plant, I decided to use something else for a change than a moss ball or a stick as a support for the plant. So I got this cage tower-like contraption, but funny enough, the plant is not having it and is trying to escape its cage by growing away from it. I think it's because it's growing towards the light, so I will just have to fix this by turning the plant around. About the watering schedule for this plant, I have to say that, like pretty much all of my philodendrons, I let this plant dry out almost completely before giving it another drink. And that seems to be the right way to take care of the watering. As for humidity, this plant is not too far away from my humidifier that's set at about 65% humidity, but I'm sure that this philodendron could get used to a lower humidity percentage. Finally, let's talk propagation. I haven't propagated this plant just yet because, as I said, it only recently woke up and started to produce new leaves. But the plant has the typical aerial roots on each node, so propagation should be quite easy. So that's all for this gorgeous philodendron that, in my opinion, deserves more attention. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more episodes. I have quite a few other unpopular philodendrons to show you. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. See you in another video. Bye bye.